And in this next fight, we got a middleweight fight between Josh Fremd and Tresean Gore. And Tresean Gore, he's fighting for his career here, I feel. He's 3-2 as a pro, which is a very salty record, and 3-3 is just plain ugly. Bottom line, going 0-3 in the UFC is almost certainly getting Gore cut. Tresean Gore has built up some goodwill because he got a sweet knockout on the Ultimate Fighter. He won 2 fights on the Ultimate Fighter to get to the finale, but it hasn't came together for him in the UFC yet. He lost his Ultimate Fighter finale fight to Bryan Battle by decision. It was a lackluster performance, and then his second UFC fight, he got knocked out cold in the first round. And the man that knocked out Tresean Gore is Josh Fremd's training partner, Cody Brundage, who's been helping Fremd get ready for this fight. It's a chance for Gore to get his first UFC win and some revenge on Cody Brundage in Factory X. And Josh Fremd is going to have a lot of motivation coming into this fight as well. Fremd lost his UFC debut to Anthony Hernandez. As people know, Hernandez is a beast. He's a tough out for anyone. And Fremd was able to show some good things in this fight with Hernandez too. He did well. And before coming to the UFC, Fremd was able to make it to an LFA title shot. Unfortunately, he had to fight Gary Rodriguez, and it didn't end up well for him. But he has good experience outside the UFC and a lot more experience in comparison to Tresean Gore. Fremd has 4 times the pro fights that Gore has. And Tresean Gore, he has potential, but it's hard to stick around in the UFC with his level of experience, and he's learning on the job. Gore is fast, he's powerful, he's sharp, he's a technical striker, but super low volume. He waits way too much. He tries to look for the big power shots. And Tresean Gore in his UFC debut, he barely threw any volume at all. He just let Bryan Battle kick and move on the outside, win a decision. Tresean Gore does have a nasty left hook, a big straight right, overhand right. He throws heavy kicks. He has nice leg kicks, big head kicks, good body kicks. He's not active with his kicks at all, and they're few and far between, but he definitely has flashes where he shows good things. He has a, good high guard, but he lets fighters, get ahead of him by just throwing volume, blocking, and not returning. He's susceptible to body shots, and he also does let some shots slip through his guard. He has good hand speed. He's a good counter puncher, but unless he can flatline or hurt an opponent multiple times, his volume costs him decisions as it already has in the past. He likes to slowly move in a range, and it's not hard to find him either. He stands flat-footed, so fighters can, land shots through his guard. He doesn't really move his head. His last fight, he was doing a good job backing up Brundage, and he was making Brundage fight with his back against the cage, and he was standing in Brundage's face. He was looking for the leg kicks, but he ended up throwing a leg kick, getting out of position, and then got clipped, put out cold with ground and pound. And the shot that dropped him in the follow-up punches did not seem super powerful, so I questioned Gore's chin a little bit. And Gore did get knocked out, or he has good knockout power, but I feel like his power is a little bit overblown. He was able to drop Gilbert Urbina several times before taking him out, but as of now, that's his only finish with strikes. He has another TKO victory where he won due to doctor stoppage, but he hasn't been able to get those knockouts in his other fights. And Tresean Gore's wrestling, his grappling is not that great. It hasn't been tested too much. He is strong, athletic. He has solid balance. He's hard to take down. But I saw Bryan Battle tire Gore out, hold him against the cage in the clinch, and he was also able to get Gore down briefly a couple times. Cody Brundage was able to get Gore down, but couldn't control him. He did hold Gore down, or hold Gore against the cage for a bit. Gore was able to show some decent offensive grappling. He did threaten with the guillotine, which forced Battle to his back in the second round, and then was able to ride out the top position. And Gore on top isn't bad. He has good position awareness, ground and pound. He was able to hit a takedown early on Battle in the third round, but he couldn't keep him down there. And, he was able to beat Ryder Newman, who's a high-level wrestler. But I haven't really seen how Gore could look when someone actually gets on top of him and is working from that top position. And Gore definitely slows down and forced to grapple. And I feel like Josh Fremd has the cardio advantage. Gore's only been a third round twice in his career, so he doesn't really have a lot of experience in long fights. His other decision wins have been split decisions, so both times he went 3 rounds, he could have lost. And Josh Fremd, he's a tall, long, rangy fighter. He's 6'4". He has a 1.5 inch reach advantage in this fight. Good job of pressuring and staying long. He has a nice jab, good check hook. He likes to attack with a jab or the 1-2 and then slip and return shots from his opponent, come with the counter left hook. He jabs to the body a lot, good leg kick, good round kicks, good front kicks to the body, to the head. And Fremd has power. He could shut the lights out. He does stand tall. He's a little bit hittable. He's also heavy on his lead leg, which seems susceptible to leg kicks. But he's going to have to watch out mainly for that left hook and the leg kicks from Gore. That's really all he has to think about. And he's the more active striker. He throws a lot more volume. If Fremd can jab kick, it's down the outside while effectively pressuring and controlling the distance, Fremd can make this fight easy. And Fremd did fight a similar opponent, Tresean Gore, in the past in Renato Volante. He got dropped to the left hook in that fight in the first round before coming back and taking the last two. And Volante is more experienced, and I think he's a little bit better at the counter-punching style than Gore is. But he did give Fremd some issues, especially in round one. Fremd is durable, though, and he keeps the pressure on. His cardio is good, and I think it's better than Gore's. And he's going to have the advantage in the volume, too. He isn't an offensive grappler in many fights, but Fremd can get body locks. He has an okay double. I haven't seen too much of his top game, really. He doesn't really seem like the most dangerous or best fighter from top position. If I'm Fremd, I definitely will look to try to get a couple takedowns, though. Just try to mix it up and get Gore thinking. And Fremd's defensive grappling is pretty good. He did get taken down 8 times against Anthony Rodriguez, so his UFC stats don't look good, but Anthony Rodriguez is an absolute beast, and Fremd showed a good ability to stick in the fight, get back up to his feet when taken down, and not quit. And he trains at elevation, so he's going to have, better cardio than almost everyone that he fights. And this is a fight where I feel like Josh Fremd is more well-rounded, bigger, he has more volume, he has the wider array of strikes, he has the superior grappling, he has more experience. Tresean Gore is knockout or bust in this fight. I think he's going to have to chop the legs and try to goad Fremd into a pocket war, try to land that big left hook of the right hand. And Fremd can be touched. He has been knocked out before. He got dropped in other fights. So if Gore can land clean, we have seen Fremd hurt. Fremd has power himself, and if he can land the counter left hook, I think he can get the knockout of his own. I trust Fremd's durability more as well. Overall, I have to pick Josh Fremd. I mean, I feel like he has advantage in almost every area here. And also he wins by TKO in the second round, landing a nice left hook that hurts Gore, and then Fremd finishes him off with the ground and pound. So give me Josh Fremd here to get the win via finish.